Hello and welcome to round 2 of the FSGP in Saudi Arabia today.
Yeah, it's a good last race was really good, and I'm really looking forward to this race as well. It's gonna be a close fight between Hughes and Milanov, just like we had last race. So on 10th place we have Bitengis. In front of them we have Diego Rosado. On a respectable 8th place we have Sabo, then Brandon Pierce, Niemi. On 5th place we have Antonio Correa. 4th will be Hawk. Lozzi will be first of the 2nd row. And then we have Guus Doornmalen and Milanov on the 1st row, with Milanov with a good time of 1 minute and 900ths. But now with Milanov on pole, I think it can be quite close if Guus has the same race pace as last time.
Today we have 21 cars on the grid, so this is going to be a very close fight. Gonna have to keep our eyes peeled for turn 1, where all the action is gonna unfold.
Yes, exactly, and it's not like the rest of the lap is easy either. I think there will be plenty of incidents. Certainly with such a big pack. Track's also a bit wider, so I think there will be a lot of action all throughout the race.
As the cars are now all lined up on the grid and the lights are gonna turn off any second now. We're gonna have to watch out for all those cars into turn 1. The lights are about to turn off. And it's pedal to the metal, go, go, go! As we see a bad start from Milanov, as Doornmalen is already side by side. It's a slight contact there, oh! Milanov has lost the position there. Going into 2nd, slightly losing the rear, but keeping the position as Doornmalen has ran away there. We see a replay now of turn 1. Oh, there's been a big crash there in the rear, and the car is spun round.
A lot of contact there into turn 1.
Yeah, you see now the cars going through the 2nd sector now. It's another replay. What's happened here?
Oh, yo. Chaos. Oh, this is a lot of damage. This is not good racing.
As we're back now with the live screen, Lozzi and Hoke fighting for 3rd place. This is going interesting. End of the 1st lap. Doornmalen and Milanov has switched positions. So the timing sheet goes a bit wonky, but now the positions are back to normal. As Lozzi and Hoke, really close battle there. Front wing near the rear tire has nearly touched it. It's all going clean though, no contact.
Yeah, sadly the same couldn't be said about turn 1. Mainly Brandon Pierce being the big loser of this. He's now down in 20th place and will be looking to make some positions up. But yeah, really unfortunate.
As we see here, Hoke and Lozzi really close to each other. 3 tenths just in between these 2 cars. That's really close. One mistake can cost everything with these tiny cars and this tiny track. Just in the slipstream there into the final corner. Oh, a bit of a loose end there by Hoke, but keeps it together.
Yeah, these walls are really tight, and that makes it just more challenging. This is a really fast track. This is hard in Formula 1. This is no different in Formula Students. Oh, and also Rosado also crashed on that opening lap. He's now in 16th place and has been making some moves.
That's interesting here with these cars, Niels. What do you think is the best thing to do with these cars? Like, are they understeer, oversteer? What would be the best setup for these cars?
Honestly, I have been a long time since I raced these. Ooh!
I'm sorry to interrupt you there. It looks like there's been a slow incident there between Blomberg and 18. I'm apologize. It's Kane. As there has been no further incidents, but could have gotten worse. Now jumping here to the 9th place. Oh, the first battle here. The cars behind going side by side, maybe cutting the corners as well, cutting it very closely to the walls. One slight mistake, losing the rears or locking up can end up with your front wing facing the wall.
As we see, Guus Doremalen comfortably ahead, with only 9/10. I think they're both pushing. I think Doremalen will be wanting to extend his gap to not have any slips, give any slipstream to Milanov, and he will obviously want to have that slipstream.
Yeah,
and
it's
he's
slipstream.
managing to hold on.
The slipstream is really strong here with this tiny gap, that big wing, anything that... Oh, there's been a huge incident with a back marker.
That's
And
the leader.
Doremalen has lost it. Let's watch this again. Oh, sometimes when you spin, you have to hold your brakes. As we see, that back marker did not hold his brakes. That will cost a lot of time.
Nothing he could do to avoid that. Oh, that's a shame. He was driving so good, and now Milanov is in the lead. And he has a gap of 1.6 seconds. I don't think anyone will be able to challenge Milanov now.
Doremalen must be really mad as another car there spun. That's Kampenko into the final corner, out of it, has lost the rear. They're still side by side here for 11th place. Maide and Patoruzzi going side by side to turn 1, keeping the position, keeps his position, Maide, into 11th place.
So yeah, Doremalen now in 7th. I think he can still catch some cars, but of course you lose that rhythm, you lose the speed, you lose momentum. And also overtaking these cars is not easy. But oh damn, he is close.
Looks like he has damage. That understeer there was really big. That hit with that back marker must really have impacted that car as he's still sliding around, fighting that car.
Yeah, indeed, the car also becomes more unpredictable. You want to be pushing because you want to make up those places, but if you go over the limits, then maybe it can cost even more points. And you certainly don't want that. But now he is almost pushing him through the corners. Oh, side by side.
Doremalen really wants to catch his time back that he's lost on the back of Correa. Wants that 6th place that he looked for a move before, but Correa closed the door on him. Let's see how close he is here into the 2nd sector, onto the back end straight, which is not really straight. He's side by side into the next corner, into the final sector. He gets the position done.
Wow. What an amazing! It was an amazing move by Guus. Having a better exit, pulling alongside, and then brave to overtake it.
As we see here in the back, Thomas Kain also not wanting to have a bad race, going closer and closer to P17, which is 18, with just over a second, maybe getting that gap down. As Lozzi has taken a huge time off Milanov, now being 6/10 behind. That's into the slipstream sector. So we have to see if these two will fight for the lead.
Yeah, I think Milanov maybe backed out a little bit. He thought he had a gap cruising, but then if you take less risks, you take less speed, and I think Lozzi has smelled a victory here.
Yeah, we also have to think about the different strategies. As we heard from the last race, the strategies are with different fuel amounts, so we must see which one is running a more aggressive first stint and then a less aggressive second stint, or even if you think about tire changes, as these tracks is really rubber intensive. As Guus Doremalen goes into 5th place down the inside, clean move. I'm sorry.
Yeah, really good. He is still fast. He is very, very fast, but now he does have a gap of more than 6 seconds. That's big to overcome.
As we see here for 3rd place, Hoke has backed off and Niemi is really close by. As also here for 8th, it's also a very close battle between Bettingins and Panebianco. This is very close. These cars have meters between them and also such a big gap as well. They're like tiny go-karts with big engines.
And a lot of downforce. I think if this is real life, those drivers will be hurting their neck.
As Bettings now in the final corner goes for the switchback move on Pane Bianco. That was great moves from Bettings. Really important. Now going defensive into turn 1. Let's see if Pane Bianco can do something. Side by side. Is he going to think of the switchback move? No, he doesn't. Bettings keeps the 8th place. What a battle. What a move.
Yeah, just capitalizing on the mistake. And very cleanly done. Inside. Not really anything that Pane Bianco could have done differently apart from the mistake. But now he has to keep putting the pressure, and maybe Bettings will make the same mistake. You never know.
As we see Bettings lapping a car but slightly hitting him, so Pane Bianco got a better run on him. It's a slight corner cut there, missing the corner. Oh, very close to the wall there. Must have probably even a tiny clutch. Oh, there's a big incident, but he kept it for Diego and Patarozzi. That could have ended way worse. As now Alguera is also right on there. This is a freeway battle for 14th. Let's see what this is gonna get out. It's a slight corner cut there from the back. Gonna go a bit wide. But Rosado has to run now into the final corner. Is gonna look for a move. He is going down the inside. Late braking, and he's done the move. He's done it on the inside. Great racing here by these 3 drivers.
Yeah, textbook move, but it's not over yet. Can still make a mistake, but Rosado wanting to eliminate some damage of that first lap incident.
This freeway battle here is still not over between Alguera and Patarozzi, also being very close against each other. Now we have to look out at the back there, but also in the front, as Niemi here is also under a second behind Hogue. This guy, Niemi, really wants also 3rd place. He has been looking for that. Maybe he's looking for a mistake by Hogue. Probably can't catch that second, but just keeping it under there. One mistake and Niemi might move it into 3rd.
As we also see the first pit stops happening. Kamhienko and I don't know who that other is. It's really jumpy. But no, it's also the tactics that come part of the play. But Lozzi not far behind Milanov, but slightly backed out of it. I think he went a bit too aggressive on his tires in the beginning stage. And now just managing the gap. And I think he wants to extend this pit stop as long as possible to really push in the end. So I think that's why he's holding a bit back.
It looks like Milanov has picked up the pace again. As he goes wide there, that must have probably cost a cut. Looks like he's weaving a bit, noticing he's done a mistake. He's probably losing a bit of concentration, maybe looking in the rearview mirror with Lozzi. That's really interesting, because sometimes the driver has to look up ahead and behind. Under pressure can anything happen, as here the battle between Alguera and Kampenkel is slightly gonna get maybe even better. As he's going to the pits, I correct myself, he's gonna pit it now. We see a few drivers with the aggressive fuel amount going now into the pits, as Rosado also is in the pit lane. That's interesting. That was a freeway battle here.
Yeah, and as you were saying before, I think that's oh no, as you were saying, indeed, the trailing car always has the mental advantage. He can see the car, he can chase it, while Milanov now in front, he can't let it get to him. If you let it get to you, you lose. You just have to keep on driving and keep on pushing, and want that victory as well. And I think he's doing it because he's extending his gap as well.
Right, Niemi has pitted, so his battle looks like to be now on the more lenient part of the fuel amount. He has a bit more fuel than everyone up ahead, which could be then helpful if the cars up ahead pit he did not have that clean air that he wished for, but maybe with that slipstream he can gain a time and maybe undercut Hogue, as Milanov has now run away and gotten a big gap of 2.4 seconds. That's really impressive from a under 1 second gap to 2.4. As Hogue also now pits. Let's see what happens with the gap between Niemi and Hogue, where Niemi will come out if Hogue can keep up. Sabo there also pitting.
Yeah, and the leader still not wanting to pit. I think it has to be one of these laps, no? I think it's they're playing a game of chase and seeing who will pit first. Obviously, Lozzy has that mental advantage. He can see when Milanov pits and he can decide if to go long or to come in as well. And here Dormal again in third place. Now he has to extend his gap to Hogue. I don't think he can catch them yet. He is really fast though. He's already caught up 2.5 seconds to Niemi, so we will see as he now goes into pits as well.
That's interesting. Dodder Martin is a fast driver, as we've seen in Bahrain. He can maybe catch that 2.5 seconds, or maybe even go for fourth.
Also Milanov in the pits. He comes out right before Hogue. Well-timed pit stop. And Dormal as well, who almost content, and he is past Niemi. Very well done.
Dormal now is up on a net P4 from losing positions from P1 to P7. It's up to fourth. His race is going amazingly, even if that mistake has cost him a lot. Maybe he can fight to see that third place. Diego Rosado here also fighting for 14th against Alguera. We saw these two also. Now into the final corner, going down the inside. Ooh, careful there. Did not gain there.
He tried to do the same move as well as last time, but this time it didn't work out. Really well defended by Alguera. Not giving a lot of space, but just enough to not make content. Tagged.
I mean, content could have also been made here. With now here being a three-way battle again. Merde, Alguera and Rosado for 13th. We saw Merde just come out the pits just ahead of this pack, so he could maybe slow these down, gain a bit of momentum and then run away.
Yeah, indeed, but now he also has this huge gap in front of him, so I think he wants to maybe he can still get into the points. 4 laps, it's not a lot, but you never know. As in the lead as well, Lozzy has smelled blood again. He also pitted, and I think he's now even closer. With a bit less fuel, with a bit more... Oh! Contact! Oh, that's the winner's dream over for Lozzy, I think. Contact with one of the back markers who crashed. And now there's a gap of almost 2 seconds and probably damage. I think that's in the bag for Milanov.
That must have been really painful for Lozzy, seeing he catched under a second, and now it's up to 2 seconds. As we see that backmark having issues with the car, we can't explain what happened there. But Dormal now also gonna maybe take on that advantage that the cars up ahead had been issues with the lapped cars. As here's a battle for 9th against Pane Bianco and Pierce. Ooh, Brendan Pierce there going for the slipstream, maybe a bit weaving. Might have to look at that one again. As he may be looking for a move on the outside. Maybe gonna look for that switchback, but he's just on his rear. Smelling that. A better exit can change all these positions. It's just he has to look for that one tiny mistake that Pane Bianco does in front of him.
Yeah, these cars are really dependent as we see them going side by side, but the exit is the most important part here, even more on these cars than the regular cars, because you can gain so much time. And a strong race from Brendan after having fell back to 18th place. He's doing a good job. As he's almost side by side again in the last corner. Is he going to do the same move as Rosado did? To the outside. Really strong defending from Pane Bianco. Closing that inside line, and you can't really do a lot if you have the inside line.
Yes, we see these cars now going in, rounding out into turn 1. Maybe one outside couldn't make that stick. Into turn 4. Is there any move here that he can do? No, he cannot. But he's really close. We can see the different lines these two drivers take. Pane Bianco taking more of the inside line as Pierce is taking more of the outside line. Maybe it will help him into turn 13. Oh, doing the switchback. Maybe hitting the rear, but he just, maybe avoids losing the rear. That cost him a lot of time, and now this battle is a little over if Pierce does not pick up the pace again.
Yeah, almost contact. Wow, there was some really late defending from Pane Bianco. I'd say it's a little over the limit. I think Pierce is not going to be happy with that defending. But now
that was a final move.
Closing in again, so I don't think it's over yet. But also Doornmalen chasing Hawk for that podium place.
Yeah, Hulk must be sweating knowing that Doornmalen is right behind him. A driver that has won last race. Maybe could have taken a first place here with that tiny mistake though. It's into the final lap now. Maybe Doornmalen can look for a time save. Maybe even looking for that move. But he's just too far away for that final corner. Maybe that final overtake in the final lap he might dream of. But it's a bit unrealistic now. We see a car in the back going white there. Probably leaving out the blue flags. Jason Milanov going into the final corner here. Final lap, I'm sorry. Enjoying his final Sunday drive here. He's gonna probably enjoy seeing the checkered flag in first.
Yeah, indeed, it's a really... You can't say it's not a deserved victory. He drove really well, he drove really clean. He had a bit of luck with Bolt Lassie and Guus Doornmalen. But sometimes that's racing, sometimes you need a bit of luck. And really well done.
As Jason Milanov now gonna cross the line, winning season 4 race here in Jeddah. Lozzi taking second. Hulk taking third and Doornmalen taking fourth. Doornmalen really screaming under that helmet. Must have been mad. But he got a backup drive right here. That was very impressive from him. That's disappointing and impressive in the same time. His team is probably sad, but also celebrating. He has done everything he could, but did not take enough.
Yeah, no, indeed. But also again, Hawk with a really strong, really clean drive. Didn't make any mistakes. Deserved podium.
As you see the final cars here, Brendan Pierce going for 9th.
But
also great drive. Yes, he got Pane Bianco. You're right, he got Pane Bianco.
Yeah, we didn't see it. We didn't see it on the replay.
That was a great race, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and we will hope to see you in round 3.
Indeed, and where are we heading again in round 3?
Next race will be in Australia.
Ah, Australia. The land down under. Also, fun fact.
Down camera.
Fun fact, that's the first track ever made for Formula Student GP.
That's interesting. I hope we will see you in Australia. Take care.
Goodbye.